Hey everybody, welcome to another Atlantis Gaming Group Presents. We're going to do another battle report today. We're doing 2,500 points worth of Blood Angels versus Orks. Quick look at the board, and while I'm doing that, just remember we are doing a viewer request battle report. First battle report in February will be that. Visit our blog, which is atlantisgaminggroup.com, to vote on what army you want to see. We're doing a pitched battle, seize ground with 4 objectives. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, one right over there. Orks won the roll-off for deployment, so Orks will be deploying first. We'll be right back with a look at Orks' army. Okay, here we go. Orks armies. I've got my stuff being led by a war boss on Warbike and a big mech with shock attack gun. The war boss is going to be joined by a unit of 5 knob bikers, which he's turned into troops. The big mech I'm actually going to be joining to a unit of grots just for abilitative wounds. Then I've got 2 units of war bikes with knobs. And then I've got 3 units of boys with a knob, power claw, boss pole, heavy armor. And then a mob of Ard boys, also with a knob with boss pole and power claw. And all of those are 30 strong. So, and then we've got a unit of 5 mega knobs in a truck, then a looted wagon, and a unit of 10 ludas. So that's it for Orks. We'll be back with Blood Angels.
Alright, on the Blood Angel side, we have 3 drop pods. The 2 Furioso Dreadnoughts will be in 2 of those. The last one's going to be empty. Here we have 5 Assault Armies with a Librarian and Terminator armor in a Storm Raven with a Death Company Dreadnought. We have 6 Vanguard Veterans. We have 10 Death Company with a Death Company Dread in Dreadnought number 2. We have 2 Ball Predators there, 2 Razorbacks, and there's going to be 2 6-man teams of Assault Marines with no jetpacks. And there's the Blood Angels 2,500 points.
Here we go. We're going to do a quick deployment. Orks took this side because we like the fact that the objectives are right there. So I got a unit of Ard boys, then a unit of grots with the big mech attack to him, his grot shield. Then I've got my knob bikers with the war boss and a unit of boys behind him. Looted wagon, and then a line of bikes. Then there are my Ard boys, ready to move up this side. Another unit of bikes on the field, and the mega knobs in their truck. I left 1 unit of boys in reserve, and then Blood Angels is keeping everything in reserve except for the 2 Storm Ravens and their occupants. So that's it. Victor, you stealing the initiative?
I'll try.
Here. Big dice right there.
No, I like my dice better.
We're apparently waiting on Victor.
Yeah, it's coming.
Actually, these already failed me today, so we're going with these.
6!
6. There he goes. Blood Angel's going first.
Alright, Blood Angels stole the initiative, so I went first. Movement phase. I did the drop pod assaults. Both landed near each other. 2 Furioso Dreadnoughts came out. And other movement, Storm Ravens moved 6 inches. Shooting phase, they both shot. The black one there, Death Company one, shot at the truck and blew it up. Caused 1 wound and did not save it. The red one here shot at the looted wagon there, immobilized it twice, took out the weapon. So it's still there, but it's pretty much not moving and not shooting there. So other shooting, the red Storm Raven took out 2 Ludas here, and this Furioso with the Flamer template took out 3. Other than that, nothing else really happened. Oh, and this Furioso here took out 2 boys nothing really big. And
Caused a wound with the Melta against the war boss.
oh, and caused a wound with the Melta on the war boss. So that's assaults. Nothing happened. That's it for Blood Angels turn 1. We'll be back with Orks turn 1.
All right, here we go. Orc turn 1. General orky movement. Everything just kind of swarmed forward except for the Grot shielded Big Mech and the Ludas. Let's see, everything basically moved and ran. These guys only moved 12 inches to get behind this down Furioso. These guys moved and ran, moved and ran, moved and ran. Both sets of bikes went flat out. I'm sorry, turbo boosted is the term. Let's see, in the shooting phase, I attempted to Grot Riga my looted wagon. It didn't work. So he's still immobilized. We shot with the Ludas at this Furiosa right here, and again, my Ludas just kick butt. I mean, I don't know how I managed to do it. Glanced it, stunned it, and then the knobs over here, rear armor shotted the Furiosa right here, and managed to get one pin, which wrecked it, and then a whole bunch of glances, which didn't matter. And then the Big Mech took a shot right there and scattered off of it, so it didn't do anything. We'll be back with Blood Angels turn 2.
Alright, we're here with Blood Angels turn 2. We'll start with reserves. Both my Razorbacks came in. My Vanguard came in and actually fell right there. Used the locator beacon there, so they did not scatter. They did lose one guy to difficult terrain though. Dangerous terrain, test. And my Ball Predator moved in there. Other movement, my Storm Raven moved over and dropped the Death Company Dreadnought there. The Death Company Storm Raven dropped the Death Company and then shuffled over. Then the Death Company moved up to meet with the Bikers, and that was movement. Shooting phase, both Storm Ravens shot, really didn't do a lot of damage. Razorbacks shot and again did not do a lot of damage. Other things that shot were the Ball Predator. Ball Predator took out a lot of boys here, took out 7, and that was my shooting phase, very uneventful. My assault phase, Death Company took out the Bikers there on top of the hill. Death Company Dreadnought took out the Bikers on the bridge. And my Vanguard moved into assault, multi-assaulted. And actually, I caused 4 wounds, and they caused a lot of regular ones, which I saved, but 1 power weapon, which I lost. Then the Ludas failed their leadership and ran off the board. But I'm still locked into assault with the Big Mech and the Gretchen. And that is Blood Angels turn 2. We'll be back with Orks turn 2.
Okay, here we go. Orks turn 2. My unit in reserves came on, and I brought them in over there because I thought I would need more help against the Death Company than I do. But we'll get to that in a second. So they came in. These moved a little closer to this combat over here. These guys, these boys moved towards the combat with the veterans and the Ball Predator, trying to get in the multi-assault. The knobs moved around to take some shots at the Furioso between the 2 drop pods. And you can't see him from here, but we'll try it. There we go. The Mega Knobs moved into the river for some shenanigans that we'll get into in the later round, hopefully. And then the Ard boys moved up towards the Death Company. Shooting phase. I did have some shooting. The Knob Bikers over there used their DACA gun to shoot into the back of the Furioso. Thanks to being twin-linked, I got a whole bunch of hits. I think 4 glances and like 4 pins. I did really well. I immobilized him and stunned him a whole bunch, down to where he only got 1 attack. And then I assaulted in, multi-assaulted in between the drop pods with the knob bikers, and multi-assaulted into the 2 drop pods. And then these boys assaulted in, basically just to get the knob into combat with him. And then the Ard boys assaulted into the Death Company, and the boys over here multi-assaulted into the Ball Predator and the Vanguard. Over here we stunned the Ball Predator, and with the help of the Big Mex Burna, took out the Vanguard. Over here, the War Boss blew up the drop pod, and actually ended up killing 2 of my boys with it, or 1 of my boys with it. And then we weapon destroyed and stunned the Furioso a couple more times, and stunned this other drop pod. And over here was the big win, because the Ard boys, who I thought were going to get chewed to pieces by the Death Company, took a total of 6 wounds, thanks to some awesome saving against the 6 non-power weaponed ones, and ended up taking out 7 of the Death Company, and then they lost another one to a Fearless wound. So it's about 20 boys, 18 boys, something like that, against 2 more Death Company. So that was it. It was a really good turn for the Orks. We'll be back at the end of Blood Angels turn 3.